Reaching you out there, a big shout out from Daniel Bassi, Economic and Financial Analysis page. Sincerely apologize for not being regular on the platform. Yeah, we discussed the introduction of economic theory in our last discussion. Today we're supposed to discuss the first analysis of economic theory, but I'm not going to do so. Sorry about that because of the current urgent national developments, the appointment of Mr. Cardoso as the new CBN governor by President Ahmed Bola Tinubu. I praise the appointment of somebody not really from full commercial background, but from a background of development finance. Um, that gives Nigeria the hope of having something different. But what we actually want to discuss, we want to analyze the expectations before the new central banking administration. So enjoy yourself as you listen to this talk. What is central banking? Why is it necessary in the economy? What are the functions of the central bank? One thing I want is to know, central bank is an agency of the federal government. The agents, the arms of, how do I call it, the agency of the government that controls money, start from Minister of Finance, Central Bank, but now with, I believe, with some of the amendment of the law that gives CBN autonomy, I believe that it's now an autonomous agency of the federal government of Nigeria. So central bank play the roles of establishing other financial institutions in this country. They and regulate them professionally and ethically, and put confidence in the financial system. So for you to really understand CBN, let's discuss some key functions of the CBN. One key function of the CBN is that it is banker to the government. Banker to the government means the one that holds accounts, the controls accounts of the government, that is, they hold that account, revenue accounts, expenditure accounts, deficit accounts, domestic borrowing account, external reserves account, external borrowings account, balance of payments account. So they hold those accounts at that level. They are the banker to the government. They are the one, some of the checks of the government, they issue it, of the federal government, even state government, they issue it. It's not that other banks do not hold accounts for government, but they are the primary bankers to the government. The first ledger of those like allocation accounts, it is in their hands first to the government. They offer those banking services to the government. Okay, other functions of the central bank is their advisor to the government. The 3 tiers of government, central bank supposed to advise on the use of money. It's not because we can use money to do project, buy something, budgets. Economically, there are techniques, there are theories they follow in allocation of money, financial resources. So central banks as institutions is vested with these technicalities to give to every government administration. You understand that Government administration do change through the political system, but central bank expertise and resources remain. So each government that come in, like the new President Tinubu, that is coming, so the CBN will show him the way forward. So money should go into so instrument. There are different forms where money is allocated. They will offer this advice. They issue money also, like we see in the redesign policy of last administration. That is example of issuing notes. They issue currency. They play the role of issuing currency. Central bank also perform development finance function. Development finance function simply means creating of very long-term loan in the economy. Therefore, for business people, for production, not necessarily for road construction and that, but for production, because this play vital roles of stabilizing economy. They create long-term loans in the economy. So this function is done by central bank. Some of the long-term loan institutions supposed to be Bank of Industry, Bank of Agriculture, and development institution of each state. So we have all the state development institution. Akwa Ibom State Investment Promotion Council is a development financial institutions of Akwa Ibom State. Adamawa has it, but I don't. The problem is these institutions performing development function? Do they even understand what is called development finance function? Because sometimes we mistaken development finance functions to road project, road construction, and all that. It's a technical things to economy. When it is not there, economy will suffer a lot of things. So there's another thing, regulating of financial system. Financial system is made of banking system and other financial sector. Banking system is made of, like in Nigeria, commercial bank, microfinance bank, and other financial system, insurance, mortgage, and pension administrators and institutions, all financial related institutions. But what is the difference between banking institutions or system with the other financial is that bank receive deposit and are allowed for withdrawal. Other financial institution may receive deposit, but you cannot walk in and withdraw like a bank. So those sector, capital market is also regulated through issue of license. You use licenses to regulate them, and also other regulations, examination, and all that of their works and book, profit and income statement, all are being regulated, examined by CBN. Another function of CBN is implementation of monetary policy. Monetary policy rate, that is determining of overall interest rate in the economy. That is what it simply means. It's done in Nigeria quarterly. That determines the flow of money, the money supply in the economy. If the CBN wants more money in the economy, they will reduce interest rate, and a lot of investors will borrow money and do investment, then employ you to work in there while they are developing, expanding their companies. But when they want, the money is too much. When money is too much is when the money supply is higher than the growth of GDP. So when that money supply is higher than that growth, the CBN will rush and raise interest rates so that the money supply, people cannot borrow money, cannot access money. They return money back to banking system, and inflation will calm down. So all this processes is called monetary policy implementation and price stability. When the money money supply is higher in the economy, a lot of money in people's hand, they will buy more than what they expect at the price, more than they would have bought it. It will increase. It will increase their prices, because the product is small. A lot of people, the demand will be higher, so the price will rise. That is when the demand theory sets in. So because of that, monetary policy is a good instrument for price stability, economic stability in the economy. And also another function is foreign exchange management, external reserve management. All these, either you call it foreign exchange management or external reserve management. This is the management of exchange rate and the surplus. surplus or deficits, balance of payments, accounts. This is the way it still the duty of central bank to ensure that all foreign obligations has been settled and balanced the account. Then intervene in exchange rate, but I don't really like financial intervention. So they do that. If you look at Nigerian exchange rate today, naira has fallen more than 1,000 times to dollar. It's very bad, very very bad. It's like going to war with somebody that has beaten you 1,000 plus. You want to die, so you should stop worrying with it. Is before the new administration that they should discontinue so much transaction, but we will talk about that. We will talk about that in the next video. So having discussed the functions of central banks of Nigeria, in the next video we are going to pinpoint some of our recommendation for the new central bank governor, Mr. Olayemi Cardoso. What should be done, what should be continued, what should not be continued for us to save Nigerian economy from crash, because the level of instability, price instability in the economy is worrisome. You see, bread I bought in May 700 naira is now 1,000 naira. It has the price has rose more than 30%. 30% means 30 times. The price has rose 30 times. Some things we bought 500 naira is now 1,000 naira. Prices have rose 100 times. That's a serious, in a very short period, less than 6 months, you have such price fluctuation. That is a very serious price instability. It's the duty of the CBN to look at how money should be allocated. There is something that can be done for these things to stabilize. I don't want to talk about the price of fuel and all that as a result of foreign exchange falls, foreign exchange rate fall of naira to dollar. So we want you to continue. We appeal to you, continue to visit the page, download, comment, engage me in question, ask what you don't know, discuss under this video. You have more details and you add more to what you already knew about the central banking anywhere in the world. Follow the page, like the page, and also comment on the page. Thank you.